Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhidiritam Kalmoshapaham Shravanamangalam Shrimadatam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Burida Jana. Let us resume our discussion on Sri Ramakrishna's spiritual discourses with his intimate devotees at Dakshineshwar temple premises, which took place on 27th of December 1884. This appears in the 22nd volume of the second part of the original Bengali presentation, Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita, 222, section 4. In the second volume of the Hindi translation, Sri Ramakrishna Vachanamrit, 205, 4, and under chapter 35 of the English translation, the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Let us recapitulate the salient point discussed in our last Sunday class. The Sri Ramakrishna seated in Panchavati. There, one devotee was there, Nitya Gopal, who was a very highly spiritually elevated soul. And another devotee also came, he is Kedar Chatterjee. Now, Kedar Chatterjee was a householder devotee, and he was working in Kolkata first. Now, his workplace was transferred to Dhaka, which is presently the capital of Bangladesh. It was within the combined Bengal province in the British Empire. So from Calcutta he was transferred to Dhaka. And Dhaka he came in contact with the devotees of Sri Ramakrishna. Now, naturally, those devotees used to assemble, and Kedar Chatterjee was very close to Sri Ramakrishna, so the discussion and the satsang used to be held at the place of Kedar Chatterjee. Now, as is the customary, that a devotee should come to the place of devotion with some gifts in hand. Now, Kedar was asking that many people who come to me, Kedar Chatterjee was a household devotee. Even then, many people used to come to me and carrying some sweets as an offering. Now, his question to Sri Ramakrishna was that, should I accept those offerings? Now, this is a very relevant point in our spiritual life. Direct, he is asking from Sri Ramakrishna, ढाके में बहुत के भक्तों के साथ हो चुका है, ये भक्त सदा ही उनके पास आते और उपदेश ले जाता करते हैं। खाली हाथ दर्शनों के लिए ना जाना चाहिए, इस विचार से ये भक्त केदार के लिए मिठाइयाँ ले आया करते हैं। केदार विनयपूर्वक पूछ रहे हैं, क्या मैं उनकी चीज़ें खाया करूँ? Now, first of all, we have to understand the question and then the significance of the relevance of this question. Now, Kedar was a devotee of Sri Ramakrishna and had gathered together at Dhaka many devotees. He is assembled. एक भक्त सम्मिलन, भाव प्रचार, एक भक्त गोष्ठी. He has assembled who come to Kedar regularly for spiritual instruction, as we assemble in the houses of the devotees. Now, as one should not come empty-handed to a religious man, the devotees would bring Kedar sweets and other offerings. Kedar humbly asked the master, should I eat these things? Now, first of all, you have to understand why these things are being brought, and then what is the risk of accepting those articles. Now, as has been said, that whenever a religious person, when we meet a guru, a holy man, or a place of the God, Devasthan, koi mandir, then some offering has to be brought to God or the people related to God. Now we offer something as a token of our devotion, and God accepts those offerings, and through those offerings they accept the devotion of the person. Whatever be the offering, that is immaterial, but the action of offering is important. The mentality behind this offering is important. As Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Patram pushpam phalam toyam jome bhaktya prajachyati. Whatever is being offered with devotion, be it some leaf, some flowers, some fruits, or even water, I accept it. And what I accept, not the material, the devotion attached with these materials, that I take. So the offerings is a token through which we put our devotion forward to the divine. Now the person who's engaged in charge of serving the deity, then he accepts it on behalf of the divine. But physically what should be done? Now it is said, those who are spiritual aspirants, they should be very careful in accepting offerings. Now there is some discipline for the spiritual aspirants. They are yama niyama, etc. Mental control, physical control. And in the yama, the 5 disciplines are there. Ahimsa satyastiya brahmacharya aparigraha yamaha. So one of the 5 main spiritual disciplines of a spiritual aspirant is aparigraha, non-accepting of any gift. Because whenever a person is bringing in a gift, now allowing the gift, usually some desire is kept hidden, attached. So here is a peculiar concept here. The thing in itself is harmless, but the mentality with which the food is being, the article is being offered, that is important. So now the Kedar is saying, but we are ordinary beings, we do not know what is attached behind. It's not seen. The material is seen. So we judge the gift as per the appearance. But in a spiritual parlor, this appearance is of secondary details. The mentality behind this article, that is most important. So now Sri Ramakrishna here is replying in the same strain. He is telling, अगर ईश्वर पर भक्ति करके देता है तो दोष नहीं है, कामना करके देने से वो चीज अच्छी नहीं होती. दिस इज द मेन पॉइंट ही हैज ड्रिवन. It won't injure. Kedar is asking, will it be? Should I accept it? Should I take it? He said, it won't injure you if the offerings are given out of love for God. But if they are harmful, they are harmful if they are given with any selfish motive. So the answer is yes or no. Now, usually, the offerings are given usually with a lot of selfish motives behind attached. The 4 types of people worship God. One is those who are distressed. जीवन में कोई दुख है, गम है, असुविधा है, तो भगवान के पास चले जाते हैं and they pray to God for removal of their sufferings. There is one. The majority of these people are like this. Secondly, so it is told in the Bhagavad Gita, Chotirvidha bhajante mam jana sukritino arjuna. Artha jigyasura gyani cha bharatarshava. First is artha, distressed person. Come to God to removal of their distress. कुछ परेशानी है, परेशानी उन्मोचन करने के लिए भगवान के पास पहुंच जाते हैं. दूसरा है अर्थार्थी. अर्थार्थी मतलब जो जीवन में कुछ चाहते हैं तो भगवान के पास कुछ उन्होंने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर देते हैं. भगवान के जिससे हम लगाते हैं, कुछ हम पैसा इन्वेस्ट करते हैं ताकि उसमें कुछ वापसी मिले. इट्स ए मैटर ऑफ गिव एंड टेक. आई ऑफर गॉड दिस मच ऑफ आवर प्रणामी, आवर ऑफरिंग दिस आर्टिकल्स, so that in lieu of, in exchange of that offering, I may get something in return. It's called Artha Arthi. He is paying something with the hope of some return. And when he is giving something, that has some selfish motive, and that is harmful. If you accept something with somebody's selfish motive, then that will affect your spiritual life. That's why it is called aparigraha. So such gifts are not to be accepted. And third variety is your jigyasu, who calls on God for enquiry only. And fourth is jnani, those who love God for love's sake. They are naive, they are good, they are pure. So here with this point, so we have to be little careful about who's giving what, and we have to mentally judge that what is the motive behind. If a person is outright a worldly person, then naturally his or her attitude will not be having devotion to God. So their articles are to be very, very carefully supervised, scrutinized. But those who have come to God for God's sake, to love God, then those articles may be accepted. Now here, the devotee Kedar has arrived at a simple solution for this. He says, I have explained everything to the devotees and now I feel relieved. I have told them that he who has given me his blessings knows all. He matlab Sri Ramakrishna. Kedar is dependent on Sri Ramakrishna. So he says, I am dependent on him. So he knows everything. I do not know anything, the details. Sri Ramakrishna says that is true. You see, people of all sorts come here, so they find here different things. Now, so here, Sri Ramakrishna says one thing here, that if when a boy walks holding his father's hand, he may fall into the gutter. But what has he to fear if the father holds him by his hand? This is an important point Sri Ramakrishna mentioned here. That, as Kedar says, that I am dependent on you. So when we are under the care and protection of God, God is taking care of us, then we need not worry at all. Gives an example that when a boy is walking with his father, then there are two ways of walking together. One is that the boy holds the hand of the father, and the other, the father holds the hand of the boy. Now, when the boy holds the hand of the father, then the boy takes the responsibility of being attached to the father. If by chance he is careless, and if he leaves the hold of the father, it may fall down. But the boy is not so adept in walking at this stage. So this is one thing. But when the father holds the hand of the boy, then naturally that the boy has nothing to worry, because the father takes care of the security of that person. So similarly, when we depend on God wholeheartedly and God takes care of us, then we need not worry. But as long as that stage does not come, then we have to worry, we have to be careful. That is most important, that we have to be very careful as long as God does not take care of us. So that depends on our attitude. Here Kedar says, this person is a very devoted person to God, to Sri Thakur. He says that these nitty-gritties I am not able to decipher, whether the person is coming with a selfish motive or he is coming with devotion. All I know that I have resigned myself at the feet of Sri Ramakrishna and he will take care of us. So here, this attitude is most important. With what attitude we are living in this life. If we are doing our activities being totally designed to God, I have nothing to worry, I am totally dependent on God, God is taking care of me, He is guiding me, then there won't be any tension in my life. At that stage, you may accept whatever is being offered, because you are not the person who is receiving, you are only an agent. They are offering this to God, so you are only receiving and forwarding. You are the receiver. So when you work in that attitude that you are merely an instrument in the hand of God, you are doing whatever is being ordered, so whatever gift is bought, you are not responsible, they are not giving it to you, they are giving it to God, who's doing everything for them, perhaps through you. So that attitude would save us. The total resignation at the feet of God, then all these spiritual disciplines would be automatically taken care of. That is important. And the next, Kedar says that many people come with various questions, and it is not possible for me to answer all these varieties of questions. So he says that I do not need to know different things. That's what Kedar says. But Sri Ramakrishna is not accepting his mentality. He is saying, why not? One should know a little of everything. If a man is ready to cater to a variety of people. So these points need elaborate discussion, that in the spiritual life, should we concentrate on only one particular aspect of God, or we must taste the varieties of His manifestation. This will be elaborated in our next Sunday class. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram parameshamidyam tam Ramakrishnam sirasa namama. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Announcements. Today in the afternoon from 3 to 5 there will be career counseling program by Swami Muktinathanandaji in the library, Sri Sharda Devi Public Library room. And from 5 to 6 there will be common youth program here in the mutt, and where the lectures from Colombo to Almora will be discussed by me, and some discussion on behalf of the youth to be monitored by Sri Shobhit Narayan. In the evening, after the evening Arati, there will be bhajan in chorus. You are all welcome. And next Wednesday, we will have the birthday Tithi Puja of Latu Maharaj Swami Adbhutanandaji. So there will be discourse on his life and teachings of Swami Adbhutananda, the great wonder, the great miracle of Sri Ramakrishna. So you are all cordially welcome to attend the life and teachings of Swami Adbhutanandaji, to be presented next Wednesday, that is on the Purnamasi, and there will be this our Shyamnam Sankirtan also. And as usual, there will be the Friday class, and the next our Kali Kirtan and Japa Jaggi, etc. We close now with the chanting of the Lord. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om